Look into the newest models released by Google and also how to use it using the API and their studio. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so Google just announced Gemini 2.0 with a family of different models. They released Gemini 2.0 Flash, which is generally available. It has a higher rate limiter, stronger performance, and simplified pricing. Gemini 2.0 Flash Lite, a new variant of the most cost-efficient model, and also Gemini 2.0 Pro. So the main difference between these couple of models is not only do they have various function calling, such as tools, structured output, but also has 1 million tokens and 2 million tokens that can be processed through these models. They also have different modalities that are coming soon in these models. And although they didn't really talk about how this model performs compared to other models, but it does seem to stack up pretty well compared to R1, O3 Mini, and O1. Now, of course, these models are far ahead of the competition, but it's still really, really good that Google is catching up. But I think the biggest selling point of this model is its pricing, its affordable pricing, and also the context window. How much data can you actually put in to get a very good output? So now let's look into how we can actually implement it in the API. Okay, so the first thing that you will have to do is install the Google Gen AI package, and then we're going to import Google Colabs user data. This will have our Gemini API token, which we will use to interact with the models. So first things first, we are going to import the Google packages, Gen AI and types, and then we're going to write client equals to Gen AI dot client, where we pass in the API key, so user data dot Gen AI key. Over here, we named it as actually Gemini API key, so we can use that. And if you guys didn't know, you can get the Gemini API key from the Google AI Studio. You can get the get API key, where you can generate an API key of your choice. Currently, it is free of charge to a certain extent, and then you can go for pay-as-you-go pricing. After that, we're going to pass in the HTTP option. We're going to pass in API version v1 alpha, and then we can define the model ID. Now, for the model ID, you can use different types of models. You can use the Gemini 2.0 Pro, 2.0 Flash Lite Preview, and Gemini 2.0 Pro Experimental 02, or February 5th, essentially. So pick the one of your liking. We're going to use the Pro Experimental February 5th. Over here, it is giving us an error because of the import problems. Import that again, and then import this. And then there we go. So all we really have to do to be able to interact with the model is pass in the model ID and content, where this content will be the prompt, essentially. So here we can simply ask how reinforcement learning works in simple terms. And then we're going to print the response. And there we go. After a few seconds, you get a very nice response with reinforcement learning from human feedback. If you guys want to have a chat-based API interaction with the model, you can do the exact same thing by initiating the clients with AIO chat create and then send the message like so. And there you go. Here we get a passive-aggressive answer of saying, I just said I am a large language model trained with Google. Over here, of course, you can still use the Gemini versions over here with different experimental versions, structured output, code execution, function calling, and also grounding with Google search. So again, playing with this should be absolutely free. And not only that, as I mentioned earlier, you do get around 1 million token to be able to interact with this model. And if I'm not completely wrong, this also has a really good needle in the haystack score compared to other models. Plus, it's very, very cheap. Alright guys, hope you found this video insightful. If you guys did, please free subscribe. I make similar videos like these. Alright guys, hope to see you in my next video. Have a nice day.